Now, to the deepening political fractures in the Labour Party, where the dispute is continuing to hot up and the war of words is already at scorching levels. Following that Supreme Court judgment, Julius Abure, the disputed national chairman, has reacted with belligerence, saying he will fight until the bitter end and that all the pressure in the world will not deter him from his cause. In effect, he's digging in and ridiculing the assertion that the Supreme Court found against him. It's now several days since the top court's bombshell judgment, and it's not entirely clear who's come out on top. And no sign at all that the Abure faction is caving in. It's a clash of political tribes and a breathtaking rebellion that's brought the party to its knees, leaving it utterly factionalized. A collision between Mr. Abure and his supporters and the chair of the caretaker committee, Nenadi Usman, and her supporters. It's become the defining fight for the soul of the Labour Party, and it's delivered a devastating blow to the party's once rising popularity. Can they pick up the tessellated pieces before the next general election in 2 years' time? With more on this, I'm joined now in the studio by Honourable Obi Aguocha, who is a member of the House of Representatives under the Labour Party. And I might add one of the more sober elements within the party, because we get, I mean, it just gets very disillusioning for people who believed in your party.
First of all, Charles, Labour for life. I told you that, right?
Well,
so you have to believe.
That's you. That's you.
No.
You're part of a dwindling population.
We have 30 Federal House of Representative members.
Yeah, but quite a number of your people have defected. 5
defected. We still have 30.
That's a significant percentage.
It's not. It's just about 10% of our caucus.
That is significant.
10% of our caucus is not significant. We still have 90% to do the work of the Labour Party, and then as well as in the Senate.
Well, let me ask you this. Yes. Have you now received the certified true copy of that Supreme Court judgment? If so, what does it say? Is Julius Abure in or out?
Well, I have not personally seen the CTC copy. I'm sure almost every well-meaning stakeholder in Labour Party, all of them must be wedded to see the CTC of that. But going by what the Supreme Court, the audio of the Supreme Court decision is very clear. It's very clear in the sense that Julius Abure was recognized by INEC through a court order, and the Supreme Court has set aside that that determination of the trial court and the Court of Appeal that recognized Abure as the chairman of the Labour Party. So that means since that determination of the court is now invalid, Julius Abure is no longer.
But that's not the way he sees it. He says that the court may have set aside the judgment, but there is a context to it. The setting aside of the judgment was simply to say that the party has to make its own determination. And that's the point that he's making. And as far as he's concerned, he and his supporters don't accept your version.
Even at that, Charles, if he's saying, like the court also said, that this is the determination of the party. The party tomorrow will meet in an extraordinary NEC meeting of the party here in Abuja, and we will look at all these issues and determine a way forward for the party with Julius Abure or not.
Right. And Julius Abure was invited to this meeting.
Yes, of course, he's invited. He was invited just like I am invited to the meeting.
And you're expecting that he will attend?
That's I can't speak for him.
Right.
But if he attends tomorrow, or the critical stakeholders, the owners of the party, come tomorrow in this extraordinary meeting, then we will make a determination, look at the party holistically, not just who becomes chairman, but look at the way forward for the party. I know that a lot of people are disappointed with Labour Party, the way that things have gone, and us not being able to have kept the party as the beacon of hope for many Nigerians who came out in mass to elect Labour Party. We won the presidential election until it was rigged against us. So now what we're going to do is...
Well, a lot of people are saying, well, thank God you didn't get into
No, a lot of people are saying, I'm sure a lot of people are saying,
assuming
well, thank God.
your claim is
Charles,
right.
I disagree. I think a lot of people are saying that thank God that we are taking responsibility for how we see our party, how we position for our party.
Well, you don't have
not just for the desirable opposition.
Yeah, but you don't have much of a choice. Your party is riven down the middle. And there is concern that if Julius Abure turns up on Wednesday to that meeting, that it's going to be a very hostile, potentially explosive environment.
No, it wouldn't. And even if it does, there are no political party in Nigeria that is not going through what Labour Party is currently going through. But what matters is the leadership of Labour Party. Have we been able to turn the page and turn things around to now make a determination as the way forward for our party, including the determination of who becomes our chairman?
I'm not sure he's going to. I mean, I don't mean to interrupt you. I do apologize. But I mean, you know, your press release calling this meeting said it was in furtherance of the Supreme Court ruling terminating the Julius Abure-led National Working Committee. Mr. Abure doesn't accept that the Supreme Court has terminated his leadership.
Mr. Abure,
so that's an impasse right there.
Mr. Abure or Honorable Obi Aguocha doesn't make the Labour Party. Labour Party is a party, an umbrella that has many people in it, different ideologies, different interest groups. So he is just but one, just like I am but one. Now, what we are saying that will happen tomorrow is that all of us will come together, look at the status of the party. Where and how do we want the party to operate going forward, not just in 2027, but a desired opposition right now.
But where exactly does power lie in the Labour Party right now?
The power lies at the National Executive Council of the party, which is going to meet tomorrow. And when we meet tomorrow, we will determine the way forward for the party, including the leadership structure of the party.
Right.
Yes.
On the face of it, I mean, it sounds like a positive move. But it's taken a long while to get to this point, and in the meantime, the fractures in the party have
If we had
gotten
done
worse.
otherwise, Charles, it would have been sub judice. The matter was in court. Now let's even pause for a moment. See how we got here, and then that will give us, a view of how we're going to get out of it. The tenure of Julius Abure expired in 2023, in April 2023. The NEC met, gave him an extension that expired in June of 2024. That's when it expired. INEC stopped recognizing Julius Abure thereafter. Now, INEC was compelled to recognize Julius Abure based on a court order of the lower trial court and the Court of Appeal. Now, the Supreme Court has set aside the trial court and the Court of Appeal, saying that that the matter was should not have come to court. That is an internal matter of the Labour Party. That's what the NEC seeks to do tomorrow. And in the meantime, since INEC recognized Abure by a court order, well, that order has been set aside by a superior court. So as of today, at the determination of the court, Julius Abure is not the chairman of Labour Party. So the NEC will meet tomorrow, like I said, amongst every other consideration that we'll address tomorrow at the NEC, which includes the chairmanship or the leadership position of the party. Tomorrow we will come up with a straightforward position that will now hopefully enable us to start to rebuild the party, to rebuild the confidence that people had in our party, and present our party, our manifestos to the people for 2027.
Right.
I still believe Labour Party, above all consideration, is still the best hope for the everyday and common Nigerian.
So if you do resolve this crisis following this meeting tomorrow, and it would be even more amazing than a Harry Potter sort of magic wand, because I'm serious, because the fractures are so deep.
But what I can assure you, Charles, we'll come out of it tomorrow better, stronger, and more formidable, and the platform will be more veritable, to ensure that the governance structure of Nigeria, if given to the Labour Party, will be safeguarded.
Well, I mean, it's our job to watch these things,
Yes.
so we're going to be watching it very closely. But if you do resolve that crisis, what would you recommend that the party do to speed up its recovery process and to restore its battered image in the eyes of the Nigerian
First
public?
thing we got to do is to put credible leadership, credible leadership for the Labour Party and present that leadership to Nigerians.
You mean having pushed Julius Abure
No,
aside?
he can also be part of that leadership. Nobody's pushing anybody
Right.
aside. He can also be part of that leadership. But what we want to be able to do is to ensure that the processes as enshrined in our Constitution are followed. And that's what the NEC is meeting tomorrow. So we have to have credible congresses that starts from bottom up to elect our leadership, to effectively ensure our internal democracy, first with Labour Party, before we can go out and start thinking about Nigeria.
I mean, some have suggested that because the Labour Party never really expected to advance as it did until Peter Obi and people like yourself joined the party, the Labour Party is yet to transform from a union-type protest group into a properly structured party. Do you think that they should start believing or behaving as if they can lead and not merely protest? Because they sound like a bunch of union people who carry placards and go out on the streets.
But you can't wish out the import of union.
No, I understand that.
In
But
Labour Party,
people
they
want
are
to
also
see
part
a
owners of the
political
party.
party that can challenge the APC, the PDP, the SDP, and all the rest.
All I can say to you, watch and see what will happen immediately after our NEC decisions tomorrow. We are going to make various determinations that will ensure to give confidence to the Nigerian people, that will also ensure to seek to make our party more bolder, more responsive and attentive to the yearnings of the everyday Nigerian. And we're going to do that. But it starts from us having credible leadership that we're going to put forward.
But let's face it, Peter Obi made the Labour Party
There's no doubt.
what it is.
There's no doubt about it.
Do you think Peter Obi has to be careful that the pot shots, because a lot of pot shots have been fired at him as a result of this, that it doesn't diminish his public standing? Because, I mean, those who oppose him also have to remember that without his massive success, they would quite literally be nothing themselves. I mean, but is that something that you yourself also take into consideration? Because I mean, you won an election.
Yes,
you know, you're in the House of Representatives, and you must worry about your political future.
There's no gainsaying. Labour Party is what it is today because of Peter Obi and because of Dr. Alex Otti and many others in the Labour Party who have made Labour Party a formidable platform that people still desire Labour Party to be that platform that will give them hope. And I believe that with the changes that we're going to make at tomorrow's meeting, we will come out of it stronger, bolder, and more formidable to move our party forward and to seek to obtain power for the Nigerian people, and also to have Peter Obi most likely to run under the Labour Party platform.
Well, let me just tell you what it looks like to us. I mean, it just seems like no one has the capacity or the clout to bring a new discipline to the party and to create one single tribe. Not Peter Obi, not Alex Otti, not Nanedi Usman, and certainly not Julius Abure.
You're saying this with the impression that you think that a political party has to be homogeneous. It's not.
Nobody's saying it has to be homogeneous.
There are going to be different ideologies.
Order and discipline.
No, there's going to be different ideologies, different interest groups and other stuff that come together. And we have accommodated that in what has happened over the last few months with the challenges in court and the determination of the court. Now we have a specific judgment from the court. It is now for us to assess that judgment, wait for the CTC, but in the meantime, begin to put our house in order, waiting the CTC. But before then, what we'll have to do before presenting whatever we are to the Nigerian people is to put credible leadership and to determine who that leader is going to be, and that's exactly what we're going to do on Wednesday, tomorrow.
Okay.
So hopefully tomorrow, all of you who may have been disappointed with Labour Party previously will be clapping, that we are now getting it right, and that we are still going to be the vehicle and the platform to ensure that Nigerians who for so long have lived lives of hopelessness and not enough opportunity can now come home to a Labour Party of their dreams that will now bring about the hope and opportunities for Nigeria.
Well, we'll be watching very closely.
Thank you very much.
I want to thank you very much indeed for coming in. Honourable Obi Aguocha is a member of the House of Representatives under the Labour Party. Great to see you again.
Good to see you, mate.
That's it for this edition of Arise Prime Time. Join us again tomorrow from me and the entire team here in Abuja. Bye-bye, and thank you for watching.